Top half of the third inning, it's 1-0. The Rockies on top. Red Sox have had their chances so far as Boston has left 5 men on through the first 2 innings. And it is Kaz Matsui leads it off here in the third inning for the Rockies. And then a double his first time up came around to score the game's only run. The breaking ball misses high to him, 1-1.
Starts him off with a changeup, follows with a curveball to Matsui. It was a fastball that he got for that double that bloop into center field back in the first inning. Changeup again, so 3 off-speed pitches in this at bat. Plus a hard changeup at 88 miles an hour, but still off speed.
Thrown by Veritek, but it's a ball, 2-2. Matsui thought about chasing it, does not. And then it's 3-2. Beckett wanted him to check, they do, and Mike Winters says he didn't offer.
Beckett tries to go up and away with the fastball. Matsui apparently checking the swing.
Kaz Matsui broke into the big leagues with the New York Mets in 2004 after playing for the Seibu Lions in Japan from 95 through 2003, and then came over to the United States and the big leagues in New York in 2004, 2005, and 6. And last year's first year with Colorado, coming over mid-season, played 32 games. Grounds this, well placed through the left side for his second hit of the night.
Well, he has put 2 very tough at bats on tonight against Josh Beckett. He's made him throw a lot of pitches, and the results have been very good. A double and now a single. That pitch borderline strike up and away, but slaps it to the opposite field for the base hit. Gets his hands above the baseball and puts it on the line.
And Holiday, the batter, grounded out to short first time up. First time tonight Rockies have had the lead runner on, as they have Matsui at first base. Already 50 pitches tonight for Josh Beckett, of which 31 have been for strikes. With a quick check, and Matsui's back on the bag.
Percentage very good. I mentioned the 11 steals for Matsui, and he's only been caught 1 time.
Line into left center field. Coco Crisp racing back to gather it as he slides on the track. Matsui is going to be stopped at third as back into the infield the ball comes. Manny appeared to go diving after that.
It looked like Manny wanted to cut that one off again. We've seen him do that in the past when Johnny Damon was in center field. Let's take another look as Crisp will chase it down, slide for it. Now here's the throw back in. It wasn't much of a throw. It's almost like he was throwing it to Manny, and Manny jumps to try to cut it off.
This one was intentional. Well, Holiday's got himself a double, and it's second and third with nobody out.
Tell you what, you can see why Holiday is that leading hitter in the National League. He's really good. 3 hits last night. The double there on the fastball from Beckett.
Second and third, nobody out for Todd Helton, another very good hitter as he takes the strike. Hilton single to drive in the game's only run so far. Picked up RBI number 34 of the season. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Citgo, Coors Light, Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network, and by Dunkin' Donuts. Kaz Matsui led off with a single, then a gapper doubled by Matt Holliday. So second and third, nobody out. And Todd Helton down on the count, 0-2. It's up now at 2-2. Well, it doesn't really matter whether it's a lefty or a righty. Against lefties hitting at 333, right-handers 320. As he jumps back out of the way, and it's a full count now. He had not had an error in the last 46 games over at first base. Was charged with an error last inning.
I mentioned this has been a very good defensive club. That's only 25 of them on the season.
Matsui at third, Holliday at second base, nobody out here in the top half of the third inning. And the Rockies already on top 1-0. Inside, he walks him to load the bases. It's the first free pass allowed by Josh Beckett tonight. And this will bring John Farrell, the pitching coach, out. The Rockies have got him loaded with nobody out here in the third. Beckett didn't walk anybody in his 8-inning effort at Arizona last time out.
Barry Bonds and the San Francisco Giants make their first ever trip to Fenway this weekend. Nesson's coverage kicks off live with Friday Night Fenway presented by Team Sully Mack at 5:30. Start your weekend early with Friday Night Fenway, because the earlier you turn on Nesson, the sooner we get you into the big game.
Well, Dave Roberts will be live with Tom Caron as part of Friday Night Fenway. We look forward to seeing Dave again. Of course, he was back during the offseason, along with you, being inducted in the Red Sox Hall of Fame, although it was the moment that was inducted for Dave Roberts, and what a moment it was. The great steal, and one that I'm sure we'll see a lot of over the weekend in the return of Dave Roberts. It'll be great to see him as well.
And they were talking about him in Tito's press conference today, and Dave says everywhere he goes with their Red Sox fans, they always bring up that steal, and they will.
Terry Francona listed it, and he said it at the time of the Hall of Fame dinner, and said it again tonight, as his greatest baseball moment that he had ever seen, and certainly it sparked the Red Sox on to the World Championship. Garrett Atkins batting with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the third. A chance here for the Rockies. They've left 3 men on for the first 2 innings. This is start number 12 for Josh Beckett. And remarkably, this is just the second time that somebody's loaded the bases against Josh Beckett.
And this looked like a pretty good curveball here from Beckett, but he does not get the call.
Breaking ball missing, and it's a full 3-1 now to Atkins.
Well, here's a case where Atkins just sits on a fastball, bases loaded, 3-1 count. If you don't get it, you take it.
Drills it to left. Into the monster seats. It's a grand slam for Atkins. And a 5-0 Rockies lead.
Well, he got it. He got the 3-1 fastball, and he didn't miss it. You get in that situation, you narrow your zone down, you look for a certain pitch in a certain area. He gets it out over the plate, middle in, and just drives it on a line up into the monster seats. And that's just a perfect time to hit. 3-1 count with the bases loaded. You know what you're going to get. And the Rockies have put on quite an offensive show here the last couple of nights.
It's a third grand slam given up by Josh Beckett of his career, 2 coming last year against the Cleveland Indians. Broussard and Chu on the home runs, grand slams against him last season, and Garrett Atkins has done it here in the 3rd inning for the Rockies. It's a 4th home run this season allowed by Josh Beckett. Now 74 innings. As this one fouled to the backstop. And the runs for the Rockies right now ties the season high for Beckett, who gave up 5 runs against the Yankees back on April 21st. There's no action yet in the Red Sox bullpen. This one grounded back up the middle. Lugo is there. And there's just the first out here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Some stretching, but no warming. And Spielborg's coming up with 1 away here in the 3rd. Lined out to the second baseman, Dustin Pedroia. Well, seems to work this way. Red Sox had a bases loaded opportunity in the 2nd and could not score as Dustin Pedroia struck out. The Rockies come out the very next inning. They load the bases, and Garrett Atkins hits a grand slam. And a 5-0 lead now for the Rockies. Popped up. Youkilis steps into foul ground, and there's 2 away.
Well, J.D. Drew certainly had an opportunity with the bases loaded. Now watch the shortstop take a couple of steps to his left, and that puts him in a position to make the play on that line drive.
Here's Yorvit Torrealba, grounded out to 3rd base, first time up. Why is he on the move like that? Is it to pitch location anticipation?
Exactly. It's sometimes, what the catcher calls, and infielders, outfielders adjust to that particular pitch, and it looked like that time He expected Drew to pull the ball, and he moved a couple of steps to his left.
Well, Drew was robbed, the Red Sox robbed, and now the Rockies bring their bats in the third inning again. And it's a 5-0 Colorado lead. And 7 hits so far tonight. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Torrealba grounded out to third base first time up. On the ground and by the dive of Youkilis. Into right field, J.D. Drew gathers it. Torrealba on with a 2-out single.
We talk about the shortstop moving. One of the best I ever saw doing that was Cal Ripken. He would certainly play counts, play pitches. He knew his pitching staff so well. He knew the opposing hitters so well that he would, we call it cheating, but I mean, you know, move into a position where he thought contact would be. And more times than not, he was right.
Troy Tulowitzki, his single, his first time up. 8th man to bat here in the inning. Chop left side. Lugo to the backhand. And the force out at second base ends the inning, but the damage certainly done. There's a grand slam by Garrett Atkins has the Rockies on top. Last half of the third inning, it's now 5-0. Colorado on top as David Ortiz leads it off against Jeff Francis. A shift back on here for the Rockies. And 8 hits have 5 runs. Pops it up foul. Should get back in the seats as Torrealba gives chase, but it's well back into the crowd. Hey, Charlie.
Charlie must be up in Maine, huh?
I'm guessing yes. Ortiz was hit by a pitch earlier. Foul tips this one. It's 1-2. Strikes out this time. That is 5 strikeouts now for Jeff Francis.
And a lot of breaking stuff away from Ortiz until the last pitch. He just takes the fastball and throws it right by him. Strikeout high in the season for Francis is 6. He's done that a couple of times. Already with 5 in this game. We're only in the third inning.
So 1 down brings up Manny Ramirez, who struck out looking his first time up back in the first inning. Lines it to the backhand of Matsui, diving. And a couple of good grabs on hard hit line drives against the Red Sox. There's 2 away. Let's check in with Tom Caron. TC.
Don, it's our New England Total Dealer game break. The Yankees this afternoon, a 7-1 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hideki Matsui with a bloop single here. A couple of runs will come in to score. 9-game winning streak for the Yanks. We get 8 solid innings from Andy Pettitte. 8 games back now for New York, guys.
Okay, Tom, here it's 5-0 Rockies. Joe, you had to figure that Yankees offense would get going eventually, but now not only is it the offense, but they're starting to get some pretty good pitching as well.
Yeah, it has all fallen into place for the Yankees over the last couple of weeks, and they have made up an awful lot of ground.
Lead standing at 8 games at the moment, but again, Red Sox trailing here 5-0 early in this one.
And again, you know, another line drive by a Red Sox hitter, but Matsui going to his right and taking a base hit away from Ramirez. So those middle infielders, Tulowitzki and Matsui, taking hits away from Drew and Ramirez.
As you mentioned, the Rockies defense, there's 24 errors as a team. That's the least amount in the National League. In fact, the least amount in the majors. As this one is grounded foul.
Those are the kind of numbers the Red Sox had a year ago.
Red Sox this season find themselves 12th in club fielding heading into tonight's action with 45 errors. Only Texas and Tampa Bay have made more errors than the Red Sox defensively this year. Minnesota begins the day on top in the American League in fielding percentage. Ortiz struck out. Ramirez lined out as Youkilis waits on a 2-2 pitch from Jeff Francis. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. 6 strikeouts for Francis, his first 1-2-3 inning, and it's the Rockies 5, Red Sox nothing. Beginning June 26, experience a brand new approach in New England sports debate from Nesson and the Boston Globe with Globe 10.0. Host Bob Ryan tackles the 10 hottest topics for every Tuesday through Thursday. Watch the Globe 10.0 at 5:30, the new primetime, and get the point. We welcome in Michael Milken and, of course, the great Tommy Lasorda back here at Fenway Park. Great to see you guys.
It's great to see you again.
Well, getting ready again here for a very special time. Of course, Father's Day is coming up, and certainly prostate cancer awareness, something that has been
our
right
special
there.
Keep Dad in the Game wristbands.
Of course, we did with Mother's Day, all the pink bats and everything else around the majors, but this has been something very special. How long has this gone on?
It's our 11th year.
Wow.
11th year, and Boston is 8-2.
So that's good news.
Over the last decade.
A little bit of luck there you guys have been bringing. And you guys are going all over. We visited with you guys, well, the last bunch of times, last couple of years. Tommy, where are you guys going? Everywhere in the majors, right?
It's unbelievable. We started out right this last trip. We went to New York. From New York, we went to Philadelphia. We saw a day game in Philadelphia. Went to Baltimore, saw a night game in Baltimore. Took off and we went to Washington, and then we
Cincinnati.
Watched Cincinnati. We saw Cincinnati play in a day game today, and here we are tonight watching the game with the Red Sox.
Now, last year when you were with us, you were a little bit sick last year. You had a bit of a cold going on, probably from all that travel.
Yeah.
And at second base, Pedroia fires to first. Nice play. For the first out of the inning, as retired as Willie Taveras with good speed, but he's out number 1.
I knew Beckett. In the first inning, I could tell Beckett just didn't have his good stuff today.
Well, it's been a tremendous season so far for Josh Beckett.
It sure has. He's pitched great, and we don't want to quit early. We've seen Boston behind as we've traveled in the last 10 years, and we've got many great comebacks. So we're hoping tonight.
5 runs and nothing here.
That's right. Batting with 1 down, Kaz Matsui. Michael Milken along with Tommy Lasorda with us. And Michael, the numbers of prostate cancer are staggering. I know every year we look at the numbers and it's incredible how
1 in 6 men. 1 in 6 men. But the death rate is really dropping. And the fabulous job that Larry Lucchino and John Henry and the Red Sox have done in Major League Baseball in increasing awareness has really helped bring down the death rate. This is one of the few diseases where you actually can test early and detect early, and the $30 million we've raised from this program in baseball, a lot of it has stayed right here in Boston at the multiple research centers and our programs at MIT, Harvard, and the other programs in this area.
Ground ball right side. Pedroia again. There's 2 down. Michael, how can fans pledge to be part of this home run challenge?
Well, Tommy will tell you. What's that magic number, Tommy?
Well, we have the magic on there. It's 1-800-798-CURE. C-U-R-E. Call in. Pledge $1 a home run. $50 a home run. But we need the money for research. Every dime that is collected that's used for research. And Mike, he puts a lot of his own money in it. So time and
much
energy.
of it stays right here in this area, in the Boston area. You're very fortunate to have these great research centers here.
And when you can have a guy like Michael Milken putting his time and energy into this project, I mean, he's amazing. He's one of the brightest, brilliant men I've ever met in my life.
Well, we have thousands of scientists working on this, Tommy.
And if anybody's going to find a cure for it, it's going to be Michael Milken.
Well, plus a lot of doctors and a lot of ball players. Obviously, the managers, Joe Torre, Dusty Baker, Frank Robinson.
Yeah.
You know, they're a symbol of people that are active. And when you think about it, we've had 2 people run for president. One a senator from Massachusetts, and it wasn't even an issue.
Drive to deep left field, and this is gone into the monster seats. So Matt Holliday continues to tear the cover off the baseball and leads the league. And batting average coming in at .352 in the NL. A double last time up, this time a home run. A solo shot put the Rockies on top 6-0.
Well, you had to get 6 to beat him. So if you get that 6, you'll tie him.
Well, that ball got out of here in a hurry.
Sure did. That's number 11 now for Holliday. Well, last year 153 home runs were hit during the 60 games, raising more than $2.5 million. And we hope that this year is as successful as last year was for you guys. Thanks so much for joining
thank you,
us.
And let's,
Thank you, Don.
and let's see some Red Sox home runs.
All right,
okay?
very good.
Thank you very much.
6-0 Rockies. Mike Lowell leads it off as we head to the home half of the 4th inning. It's a 6-0 lead now. The Colorado Rockies on top, out hitting the Red Sox 9-2. Matt Holliday with a solo home run and a line drive shot. Lowell, Varitek, and Crisp expected here in the bottom of the 4th. Look at a single in the 2nd inning. One of only 2 hits tonight for the Red Sox against Jeff Francis, who's fresh off his first 1-2-3 inning. This is cranked out towards right center field. Spielborgs is there to make the catch.
Well, Red Sox Nation members, new rewards, gifts, and ticket offers. Go to RedSox.com to become a member. And, of course, if you were with us last night, we mentioned the fact that for Red Sox Nation members only, this Sunday night against the Giants, the Sunday afternoon, I should say, Tom Werner has given up his 4 personal seats if you are a member of Red Sox Nation. Now, if you're not a member, you can still apply. You still have time and still have a chance to win those seats for Sunday. As a matter of fact, you can sign up tonight or tomorrow. We'll be announcing the winners late Friday night. And, of course, you can see the results Saturday morning at the RedSox.com or the Rem Report to see if you win those free tickets.
Well, certainly a great deal, no doubt about it. The chance to sit in those seats would be terrific.
So if you are a member of Red Sox Nation now, don't bother, resign. You've already signed up, you're locked in. It's going to be picked at random, but you still have a chance to join right now and get the opportunity to win those tickets. Many new things to come.
Just going to say, more great things coming up. You'll want to sign up now if you haven't already. As Jason Varitek is quickly ahead in the count here, 3-0. He struck out swinging in the 2nd. 6 strikeouts so far for Jeff Francis through 3 1/3 innings. He's down 3-0, quickly works it back full here. Varitek lines it just up over the outstretched glove of Tulowitzki and into left field. A 1-out single, and it is the 3rd hit of the night for Boston.
Well, the way the line drives have been going for the Red Sox, you almost expected Tulowitzki to make that catch. There have been a couple taken away from Red Sox hitters tonight, but this one he can't quite get to. Leaps just over the glove. Pretty good vertical leap, too.
And down 1 on, and Coco Crisp the batter. Coco walked in the 2nd inning. Fooled on the pitch for strike 1. Red Sox had runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 down in the 1st inning. Could not score. Francis struck out Ramirez and Youkilis. The bases loaded with 1 out in the 2nd. When Drew lined out, Pedroia struck out. Red Sox left 5 men on through the first 2 innings. And the Rockies responding with a grand slam in the top of the 3rd inning for Atkins. They had another home run by Matt Holliday in the 4th. And a change of fate for the Red Sox. And the Rockies taking advantage.
By the way, Don, getting back to those free tickets for Sunday, we will have details very shortly on where you pick them up here at the ballpark. So when you see your name, hopefully you see your name on Saturday morning, there'll be information on where to pick up those seats.
Popped up. Over is Helton towards the Red Sox dugout, leaning and catching. Out number 2. Got himself camped over there and set up along the railing as he makes the grab. 2 down. Time now for the Aflac trivia question. Our question tonight: who is the only Colorado Rocky to be named National League Most Valuable Player? The answer for you a little bit later.
Little clue. He's from Canada. The truck says it's Guy Lafleur.
They're wrong. But he was Canadian. Yes. The pitch outside to Julio Lugo. Lugo reached on an error. First time up, committed by Todd Helton. Well, Francis, when the Rockies are able to give him 3 or more runs of support in a game, he's 33-8. And he's got a 6-run lead in which to work with tonight. Left side, and Tulowitzki diving, but can do nothing with it as he dives to make the grab in short left field. But it's a hit for Lugo, and it's first and second for the Red Sox with 2 down.
Change up that time. The Lugo reaches out and just gets it by the third baseman. Now, you notice the third baseman Atkins also moving on that pitch, and the reason he was moving toward the line is because it was a changeup. But by taking a step that way, it got by him. Now, see him at third base, see him move 1 step because the changeup was called. He expects the hitter to pull that ball. Well, he did pull it, but he pulled it to his left.
Well, Drew, who was snake bitten last time up, lining out to Tulowitzki at shortstop. And the base is loaded in the second inning. On the ground to Helton at first base. He'll take it himself, and that will end the inning. The Red Sox will strand a pair. They have left 7 men on through 4 and trail 6-0.
For the top 9 countdown of all things Sox, don't miss Granite City Electric Ultimate Red Sox Show. Hazel May looks back at the news and events surrounding the Sox each week. This Sunday and every Sunday at 12:30, right before our pregame coverage begins.
6-0. The Rockies on top here in the top half of the 5th inning. Garrett Atkins, Brad Hopp, and Ryan Silborgs to bat in the inning. As Atkins is 2 for 2, he singled and hit a grand slam tonight. He's had quite a night. To left field deep, and this ball is high off the wall. Nearly playing the carom to second base goes Atkins. The throw is not going to be in time, and he adds a double to a night in which he's already had a single and a grand slam. Yeah, last time up for Atkins, he did this on the Coors Cold Blast, hitting a grand slam in his 5th home run of the year and his 4th career grand slam. And at the time gave the Rockies a 5-0 lead. He almost hit this last one out as it goes high off the wall. And he's at second base with nobody out. Brad Hopp foul tipping it.
All 3 hits for Atkins tonight on the fastball as Kyle Snyder loosening up in the Red Sox bullpen. The location has not been there tonight for Josh Beckett. That's pretty obvious.
A swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The pitching line is brought to you by Nissan. And the most runs allowed this season in an outing for Josh Beckett right here. 4+ innings, 6 runs, 10 hits. And he's already thrown 90 pitches through 4+ innings. First tonight trying to go 10-0, coming in at 9-0. Red Sox have their work cut out for them tonight as they trail 6-0. And the Rockies threatening for more. As Hop grounds it. Diving is Pedroia. Gets up and the throw to first. Nice play by Pedroia. And on to third base goes Atkins, one away, but it took a pretty good play by Dustin Pedroia.
That sure did. That ball looked like it was by him. He dives, he makes the play, he gets the out, and he saves a run. And that's an in-between hop. He had to go up with the glove to make the play. He gets the out at first base and also saves that man from scoring. Nice stretch over at first base by Youkilis. Looked like he threw a two-seam fastball to Youkilis over there at first base, but you throw it any way you can when you're in that position from a dive.
Well, the infield will be in with Atkins at third base and one away. Spilborg's the batter. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Behind his second and fouled out. To right center field, incoming is Drew to make the running catch, and staying at third is Atkins. So 2 down, Atkins still at third.
Even if he was gonna tag up to go, he came down the line a few steps, then went back to the bag. Because J.G. Drew charging this ball hard from right field. Tough to score, but you can see where the runner was. He was heading back to the bag to tag up. And at that point, there's no way he can even try to score.
So 2 down, Atkins at third base, and Yorvit Torrealba, who is 1 for 2, a single in the third inning. Beckett with a very good outing last time out against the Arizona Diamondbacks. The 8-inning effort, and she gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Struck out 8, didn't walk anybody. So far has been roughed up a little bit here tonight by the Colorado Rockies and their offense. Falls behind 2-1. Fewest runs the Red Sox have scored for Beckett in an outing is 4, as he leads the American League in run support, and tonight has received none so far through the first 4 innings. And pitch of strike, and it's 2-2. And the numbers were staggering coming in against these Rockies. Unbeaten in 5 career starts against Colorado. All coming when he was a member of the Florida Marlins, going 4-0 with a 2.81 ERA. And no decision his last start, but in each of his first 4 against the Rockies.
Well, the first game we saw the Rockies, they faced the knuckleball and did not look good offensively in that game at all. But the last 2 nights, they have really swung the bat here at Fenway Park. They get some very aggressive young hitters that hit the ball hard.
Full count now to Torrealba.
And it's one of the few frustrating nights for Josh Beckett on the season.
This will be the 100th of the night for Josh Beckett. On the ground to third base. Lowell picks it. And the leadoff double is wasted by Garrett Atkins. We are halfway through this one with the Rockies on top 6-0.
In the Boston Globe, just pick up a copy of this Sunday's Globe, and inside you'll find a free poster of Sox closer Jonathan Papelbon. That's this Sunday, June 17th, only in the Globe.
Dustin Pedroia leads it off here in the last half of the 5th inning. It is a 6-0 Rockies lead as Jeff Francis returns to the hill. Well, the next Ultimate Red Sox show is in May with a chance to sit down one-on-one with Todd Helton. Talk a little bit about his career, certainly athletically, playing football in Tennessee, and he had some decisions to make in that regard. We'll have a little bit of a preview about that interview. Tina Sebastian will have that in a few moments. As Hazel had the chance to talk to Todd Helton. We heard so much about Todd Helton perhaps coming to the Red Sox. One of the big rumors moving around during the offseason and in the beginning of spring training. He remains a Rocky. Popped up in the right field. And Brad Hopp in to make the catch. Now let's go to Tina Sebastian.
And Don, as you're talking about Todd Helton, even Jerry pointed out earlier, Helton's play to first is more like an option play because he was a quarterback at the University of Tennessee back in college until some guy named Peyton Manning came along and took over for Helton when he went down with an injury.
You know, I was just biding time. You know, you knew he was going to be the quarterback. You knew he was going to be a great player. I didn't know he was going to be as good as he was. But he was a freshman and just was getting him comfortable with the system. And I knew I was about to go play baseball, and that's where my love was. But he's a really good guy and a good friend.
And you can see that entire interview with Todd Helton, and that will be with Hazel May and on the Ultimate Red Sox show, which will air on Sunday on NESN at 12:30 p.m.
Hey, Tina, thanks very much. As David Ortiz bats here with 1 out in the 5th.
You know, one of the things about coming to the big leagues is dealing with the larger crowds. You don't have those kind of crowds at the minor league level. I imagine coming out of Tennessee as a football player, you're not too intimidated by crowds.
No.
What do they get, about 100,000 for the game?
They do okay. He didn't spend a lot of time in the minor leagues, so it wasn't a real problem for him as he was in Asheville in '95, then New Haven in '96.
Now, can you imagine, though, going from crowds of 100,000 to a minor league ballpark?
Ortiz cranks this foul. It's on the right field line, back into the seats. Ball 4, and he walks him. So Ortiz on for the 2nd time tonight. It's time now for the fan of the game, brought to you by Pepsi. And Sox Appeal is being shot tonight. This is episode 3 that we're looking in on. How do you think this is going, Jerry?
He's talking like crazy, and she seems to be listening. He's a leaner. Now he's in, I don't know. It looks like Dan Roach.
He does. Well, I don't think Dan wears an earring. I don't know. I haven't seen Dan in an earring before, but I guess it's possible.
You know, I think he's nervous. He looks very fidgety.
And
Sense that?
He's a leaner.
He's a leaner. His head shakes a lot. I think he's nervous because he's on television. I thought that was a phony smile. Did you?
Yeah, I think it's very fake. I don't think he cares at all what she's saying.
Well, I think he cares too much. I think he's just very nervous.
See, now they should let us do this all the time. I don't understand why we can't be part of this. We've been left out.
Should do the
Sox Appeal.
Should do the play-by-play of Sox Appeal. What's all the stuff he's got in front of him? Those gifts?
He's brought a lot of stuff.
Roses? What is it?
Look, he's still leaning. You're right about the leaner. It was incredible how you picked that out right away.
But look at his head. He's up, he's down, he's all over the place. If you were one of those people that, you know, you read faces and all that, I think you'd read that this guy's very nervous.
Too much.
You got to sit there and you got to look deep into their eyes. You can't look.
Whoa! That was quite a move. Can we get that back in replay? Oh, that would be great.
See, now the head tilting.
Yeah, very nervous. More drinking.
And drinking quickly, too.
I don't think this is going very well.
Well, he thinks it is, but I don't think she does.
I don't think it's going well at all. Up the middle and into center field. There's Ortiz up to second base. Manny's got himself a base hit.
Well, Manny had the line drive in his last at bat that was caught by Matsui. Now the changeup. A little bit of an off balance swing, but up the middle for the base hit. What do they call those people that they read body language? I see it on O'Reilly all the time. He has somebody on there. They read body language. Well, they'd be going nuts with that guy.
Yeah.
Because there's all kind of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff going on. First and second, one away. Youkilis sold for 2. He struck out twice tonight.
I swear to God, Don, I think the best approach is you just sit there very calmly, look deep into her eye, and just say, "How you doing?" And then let it go.
But wait a minute. You could have 2 long innings. I mean, do you throw that out there at the beginning of the next inning, too? I mean, you got to have something more than this. I think you're nuts.
You can always fall back on how you're doing. Because she might be doing different, like 3 minutes from now, than she was doing 2 minutes ago. You know what I mean? But you got to look straight into her eye, you know.
Yeah.
You can't be bombing and weaving, and, you know, because she can't focus on you when you're doing that.
Just how you doing?
It's hard to follow this guy.
You just sit back and become mysterious.
You could drop that famous line on her, like, you know, "I noticed you were sitting here alone. You shouldn't have been."
Are your legs tired? Because you've been running around in my mind all day. This is in the air. Too shallow left center. As Holiday goes out, but out goes Tulowitzki to make the catch. And there's 2 away.
Well, again, the wind pushing that ball back in toward the home plate, and it gave Tulowitzki, the shortstop, a chance to make a play. He's looking for help from the outfield, but when he turns around, the ball's right there for him to catch. There's the peak to the outfield. Now he spins, and there's the baseball. Let's go back to the guys. You bobbing and weaving? I thought his neck was going to go.
And the eyes almost popped out. It was like Large Marge.
She has no interest. Look at it. Poor guy. I feel bad for him. I really do.
Not going well, and he knows it.
And I think
It's all done.
I really think he's just nervous. I think he's nervous. And it could be the TV cameras, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's not
is
easy.
Very stressful. Lights.
He's trying to put a move on somebody.
Yeah.
You got cameras all over the place.
You're trying to look cool. It's not working.
See the look in? That's a nervous look in.
This side as Atkins fires to second on the foresight of Ramirez at second base. Nice pick there to end the inning as the Red Sox strand a couple. It's 6-0 Colorado at the end of 5.
Well, tonight after our Red Sox coverage, stay with Nessa for Sports Desk with Hazel May, presented by FW Webb, home of Frank Webb's Bath Centers. Visit them at fwwebb.com. She'll bring you highlights and reaction from day 1 of the U.S. Open Golf Championship and Game 4 of the NBA Finals, plus the latest on the report that Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig is considering suspending Jason Giambi. Catch it all tonight after our Red Sox cover with Hazel May in high definition on NESN.
We got a birthday here, Rem Dog.
Well, happy 21st birthday and first Red Sox game. That's a pretty nice night.
And she's got a bobble desk. You can get yours at NESNstore.com.
Yeah, keep ordering those bobbleheads.
Ooh, they're backed by popular demand. Troy Tulowitzki is going to lead it off here in the 6th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Have you driven a Ford lately? It's Kyle Snyder.
And his 20th appearance. He worked in the ball game last night against Colorado. 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 3 earned runs with 3 walks last night for Snyder. Well, I wish it was under better conditions I could announce this time, but once again we're having the All-Star party here at Fenway Park on the night of the All-Star game. And to get information, you can go to the RemReport.com. We can only have about 1,000 people. It's going to be at the pavilion level like it was last year, which was a great spot for it.
Tulowitzki strikes out. Here's Josh Beckett's line. 5 innings tonight, giving up 10 hits, 6 runs, the 2 home runs, the grand slam by Garrett Atkins, and of course the solo shot by Matt Holliday. 100 pitches thrown for Josh Beckett. And what was a tough outing for him. There was one down. Willie Taveras, the batter. Now it's going to be at the spot it was last year.
Yeah, it was a pavilion level, which is beautiful. It was a great spot for the party, and of course, all the same things this year. Take batting practice, visit the Red Sox clubhouse, food, drink. It's been a lot of fun doing it. We're going to do it again, and if you're members of Red Dog Nation or Red Sox Nation, there's going to be some special benefits for you. So we can only take 1,000 people, though, so you're going to have to jump on it pretty quickly.
Where do you go to jump on it right now?
The RemReport.com. Most of the information should be linked up within a day or so. I keep inviting you every year, but you never come.
This is chop left side. Lowell on the mound, fires to first, and there's 2 down.
You know, I get there and everybody says, "Where's Orsillo?" I say, "I have no idea. He just refuses to come and he goes away for a day."
That's true.
He makes up a location and goes because he doesn't want to come.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, you officially invited again. We'll see if you come.
All right. Now, which day is it again? I always get confused.
The day of the All-Star game. It's not tough to forget. Yeah, it's pretty easy to remember that one because we sit and we watch the All-Star game.
Oh, okay. So that's the Tuesday then.
That's correct. I believe it's the 10th this year, July 10th.
Right. Always get confused. So 2 down for Kaz Matsui. There's 2 for 3 in the game.
You know, first year we had it in the what at that time was the 406 club.
Yeah.
And then last year, because of all the changes, we moved to that pavilion level, and that was beautiful. It really was nice. That's a great section.
Lots of TVs there, right?
Oh, TVs everywhere.
Beautiful TVs.
The fun part about it is, you know, when our Red Sox representatives come up, I mean, everybody is just waiting for it. And the place goes crazy when they come up to the plate or get into the pitch. So you get to sit outside on a nice night if you like. It's really a nice spot for a party. And again, we've got to keep it to about 1,000 people. So.
Matsui chops it softly at Lugo. Got to hurry up. The throw is not going to be in time. Too much speed for Kaz Matsui. He reaches with 2 down.
He's having another good night. 2 hits last night, 3 tonight. He put a couple of good battles on Josh Beckett earlier in this game when he had a double and a single. Beckett got him the 3rd time up, but here he beats out the infield single. He's almost out of the box. A little bit like Ichiro on that swing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Nothing Lugo could do there. Charge it, get rid of it as quick as you can, but not in time. Maybe I should invite the couple up there on the Sox appeal. See if they want to come to the party.
That'd be a nice idea.
Actually, we've had a lot of dates that have come out of that party.
Really?
Yes, and I think 1 marriage.
Wow.
It's a fun night.
I guess so. Two down here in the top half of the 6th inning as Matt Holliday, the batter. He was grounded to short, doubled, and homered. A home run, a solo shot. Towards left center field. Manny headed over. And he'll make the catch. It ends the inning. We played 5.5. Rockies on top 6-0. 6-0. The Rockies on top as we head to the last half of the 6th inning. Jason Varitek, Coco Crisp, and Julio Lugo expected in the inning. Varitek grounds it by the dive of Tulowitzki. And Jason collects his second hit of the night.
Well, Jason continues to scorch the ball from the right side of the plate. 3:14 coming into the game. 2 for 3 here tonight. Ground ball that gets by Tulowitzki for the base hit. Red Sox have not had back-to-back hits in this game. They have had back-to-back base runners, hit, a hit batter, a walk, a hit, but not base hits.
Coco Crisp walked in the second inning, fouled out in the 4th inning. Francis had 99 pitches. Had a little trouble early. Red Sox left 2 on in the first and get out of a bases loaded jam in the second.
Yeah, they do have action out in the bullpen, right and left-handed action, and that bullpen has been pitching pretty well recently. But you would have to guess that this would probably be it for Francis in this game.
Most pitches he's thrown this season, 112. He did that at Los Angeles against the Angels, the outing before last. Jorge Julio, we saw last night. Tom Martin, who was up, did not get into the game last night. Red Sox have left 9 men on base in the first 5 innings, have been unable to push one across.
You know, I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
Who is the only Colorado Rocky to be named National League Most Valuable Player? Larry Walker in 1997 at 366 with 49 home runs, 130 runs batted in. They've come close a few times. Todd Helton finished 5th in 2000. Ellis Burks finished 3rd in 1996. This is down the line for Coco Crisp. Kicks off the boxes. It'll hold Varitek to second base. As Holliday's able to pick it up with third base right in front of him. Varitek had to stay at second.
Well, Coco Crisp, 2 ground balls in this inning, both for base hits. This one right down that third base line, bounces off the stands, and of course that's going to hold Varitek at second base. And Clint Hurdle making his way out. That pitch count now at over 100, and looks like he's going to make the move to the bullpen. For Jorge Julio, the right-hander.
So with runners at first and second and nobody out, Red Sox threatening here in the 6th. They trail 6-0.